the tea is you go with the flow in your life. Like, you do not move with intention. You just go with the flow. Whatever the day brings, you cool with that. And no, we're about to get out of that. If we want the dream life, if we want what we see, like if want the business, the family, the man, the career, the abundance, all of that, if we want that, we're going to have to start moving with intention. And that starts with your routines. Welcome to the Be Real Podcast. We are girl giving ourselves grace, giving ourselves gratitude, because it's healing. It's just not for the young every week. This podcast is for anybody that's in a stage in their life when they're like, I deserve more and I'm going to get it. And you're not letting life beat you up no more. You are swinging back at life. So we are fighting life back, okay? We're fighting life back together. So if any of that resonated with you, this podcast is for you. I'm going to go ahead and get straight into the episode. And y'all already know I got to clock y'all tea before we get into it. The tea is you go with the flow in your life. Like, you do not move with intention. You just go with the flow. Whatever the day brings, you cool with that. And no, we're about to get out of that. If we want the dream life, if we want what we see, like if we want the business, the family, the man, the career, the abundance, all of that, if we want that, we're going to have to start moving with intention. And that starts with your routines. And that's why today we're going to be talking about your morning routine and your night routine. From my experience, just quick story time, like I had to really hone in on my morning routine and night routine, which is something I'm still working on. That I had to really hone in on it, because I realized that every time I would wake up late in the morning, I would be so irritable, so agitated, and I'm rushing. And so when I'm rushing, I'm getting myself together, I'm getting my daughter together. I'm not giving her space to just be all that whining and getting up in the morning. I'm rushing now. We got to go. I ain't got time for that, And then I'm just agitated on the way to dropping her off, agitated on the way to work, and it just follows through my day. And so I was like, okay, something has to change within your routine. And I feel like it's the same for you. Like, something needs to change within your routine so that you can start your day with intention, so you can actually like wake up and have high energy and just be in a high place versus being low and just feeling sad or just being down, So we're going to talk about morning and night routines. First, I really want to start with the night routine, because the night routine is really easy, I feel like. What I have been doing recently is making sure I meditate at night before I go to sleep. Meditation is something that I've had to just grow to do over time. And I'm talking about it because I think somebody needs to hear it. Sometimes it's hesitant to talk about meditation, but it's really good for your brain. But before I go to sleep, I am releasing everything of my day. That is the whole point of the night routine. Release the day. Whether you are doing a night routine, a morning routine, whether you're doing you're journaling, you're meditating, you're praying, whatever, you need to release what you have went through for that day, whether it's good or bad. Like, release, because a lot of times we go to bed with all that heaviness, and then you wake up, you wonder why you wake up and be so heavy. It's because you did not release what you went through the day before, and so everything is carrying you into every day, and then you wonder why you're exploding. No. So what are we going to do? These are the things that I use, and you need to figure out what works for you. So first, with my night routine, I am either journaling. If I'm heavy, I am journaling because I need to release. Journaling and meditating. I don't pray as much at night as I do in the morning, but those are my two things. Journaling and meditating. And then I also have those times where it's just like I may have not been that nice to myself. Before I go to sleep, I talk to myself like in second person. I'm like, Raven, I'm so proud of you. Girl, you did this. I know today was not perfect. Da da da. I talk to her. I nurture me. I give myself the love that I needed, even though the day wasn't how it looked, or even if the day did look how it needed to look. I nurture me. And you have to figure out what works for you. The whole point of the night routine is to release so that you're not going to sleep with all that heaviness on you. Even if you got to go for a walk so you can release. It's so many different ways. So I'm gonna just name a few, and you can just experiment with a few of these and see what works. Like really see what helps you just go to bed at peace and be able to go to sleep fast versus overthinking. Think about the whole day or the last conversation you had. No, you have released all of that, and now your body is ready to rest, okay? Which is rest is important. If you going to sleep heavy, your sleep is probably not as good as it needs to be, which affects your morning routine, which we will get into that. So, few things that you can do. You can go on a night walk. I've done that before. Journaling, meditating. If you want to, you can pray. But yeah, and then also just talking nice to yourself, like giving yourself a pat on the back for getting through the day, and just just having that talk with yourself before you go to sleep. Just being nice to you, So those are 5 things that I have tried that I do, and I just interchangeably like do them. But right now I am honing in on meditating because I'm really working on my mind, and yeah, and then I just choose what I need at that time. You may not need the same thing every day. You may need to just journal one night because I'm heavy. I got to release. My mind is just scattered. Let me meditate. I just can't, I don't know, like I need to just get outside. I need to get outside my house. Let me go walk before I go and do my night routine. So just find what works for you, because we are not going to sleep with that heaviness no more, okay? Because we deserve to wake up in the morning and feel like, and be able to have a renewed day and like be able to start our day fresh. We're not carrying the day before into the next day, okay? No more, And just disclaimer, I'm about to go into the morning routine, but I just want to say disclaimer, there are going to be some days that you go to sleep and some things will carry over, but that is okay. Continue to have your routine. Some things are heavier than others, and so some things we can't shake just by doing certain things, but still having that routine and doing it regardless of how heavy it is, it will help. It just ease up off of you, and you got to believe God to take it, okay? If you feel like it's heavy, pray to God. You better pray your butt off before you go to sleep and tell God, I need you to take this from me, and envision yourself, Him taking it. I have done this visualization where if something is heavy, I picture myself dropping it to God in the ocean, or like if He on a boat, like, I don't know, I learned this somewhere, I forgot, but God's in a boat and I'm literally dropping it to Him. And so I'm visually seeing myself drop my fear, my anxiety or whatever to God. So yes, that's the night routine. But yes, so we're gonna go into the morning routine. So I'm gonna be honest with you. The morning routine is very essential because this is how you start your day. A lot of times if you start your day arguing on the phone with somebody, that will carry into your day. Like you're just irritable because you started your day like that. But imagine starting your day with intention and just having time before you even start your day to just be. That was the biggest thing for me. Like I had time to just be before I started my day. I didn't have to be nothing but raving. And so when the kids is sleeping, your kid or kids, that is your time to get up and say, pour into your cup, And the importance of this is like giving a why behind it. It's because when you wake up and you start to see the benefits of waking up before your kids, baby, you get to be like, whoo, it's a peace of mind. So when they wake up and you like, okay, let's have a good day, like you're not so prone to react when they crying and just agitated in the morning, because you didn't pour it into yourself and you didn't give yourself the things that you need to show up as the best mom or best parent that you can be, okay? So give yourself a why of why you're waking up. My why was, first of all, I love going to the gym and it just shifts my mindset. It puts me in a positive mindset. And then just waking up earlier just gives me a chance to be before I have to be a mom. Because I did notice that I was really irritable and I'm just more irritable when I just get straight out of bed and I get straight into just getting ready for work or something like that. So pour into your cup before you just have to do everything else that the day requires of you. You deserve that. For real, you deserve that. So giving it a why, and then also with morning routines, figure out what works for you. Like you can have a morning routine maybe 3 days out of the week when you start off. With my morning routine, I'm learning to not snooze. Snoozing has been a habit of mine for so long that I'll wake up at the last minute and then I'm running to the gym, you know, but I'm still getting that morning routine in. But I do want to make my morning routine centered on like the gym and God. And sometimes I have to choose between gym and God, or like I do the gym. Okay, I'm starting to ramble. Let me just go. Just know I'm starting to ramble and I don't want to ramble. So what I was saying is, give yourself a why behind why you're getting up. You deserve that. You deserve to pour into you. The next thing is figuring out what works for you, okay? What works for somebody else may not work for you. You may see the girlies online like 4 a.m. girl, gym girl routine, 5 a.m. gym girl routine, and she's up for 4 hours doing her routine. That may not work for you. You may need to start off with a 20-minute morning routine. What you know you better than anybody else. So figure out what works for you when it comes to you. Like for me, a lot of people are like, oh, wait, when you wake up in the morning, wake up and make sure you just say how grateful you are and just be so grateful. I am grateful that I woke up this morning, but I cannot name 3 things. I probably could if I really thought about it, but my brain is not woke yet. You know, so they naming 3 things to be grateful for. I'm just like, it's just not fun for me. You know, like first waking up, I'm up early as hell. Bro, I need something to wake me up first is how I feel. So the gratefulness first thing in the morning did not work for me. You know the first thing worked for me? What worked for me is twerking in the morning. Oh, that, hold up. Oh, that, hold up. Hey, like, that's what wakes me up in the morning. It's like me putting on a hype song and shaking this ass, okay? The girlies may tell you to wake up and be grateful. The girlies may tell you to wake up and first thing you do is open your Bible. The first thing I do is shake ass in the morning, okay? I need to shake this ass so it can wake me up. I need to throw something. I need something hype, okay? I need something that's going to wake me up, my brain up, and get me excited for the day, okay? So that's when I say figure out what works for you. Everybody has different things, and my thing is twerking. Your thing may be, I don't know, you know, stretching or something like that. Figure out what works for you. So take advice from people and see what they do, and then you pick out of there what works for you. So we've already talked about having a why on the reason why you wake up in the morning, which is mine, just being. Then figuring out what works for. Figuring out what works for you. Whether that's waking up 20 minutes before your kids get up, and then finding what wakes you up, like what makes you hype about your day. After that, you just gotta take rest serious, honestly. I really had to learn how important rest was. Like, I really used to think like, oh, I can go to sleep at 12, wake up at 5. But I never paid attention to how my body felt. I never paid attention to like how I felt when I went to sleep at a decent time versus how if I went to sleep later and I woke up at the same time. You know, I was very groggy and all of that. So it's just like now that I prioritize rest, I'm able to actually do the things that I want to. When I'm groggy and I'm fatigued, I was not able to show up as my best self. Like pouring into my business, I would not be here doing this right now because I would be feeling like I need a nap because I did not prioritize my rest. You are able to show up in a different way, in a different space when you actually prioritize getting the sleep. It's so healthy to get the sleep. You'll start to see how God will work in your life when you actually have the clarity and the energy to be able to listen to the things that He is telling you. If you're always tired, you're focused on being tired, you're probably complaining because you're tired. So prioritize rest. You should at least get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But it's 6 to 7 is fine for me. So you find out what's that like comfort point for you to get the sleep that you need so you can wake up and feel rested and be able to take on your day. So like I said, I like to just keep going through them. Give a why behind why you have a morning routine, night routine. So what works for the other girlies may not work for you, okay? And then 3 is the prioritizing rest, okay? Get your rest, boo, so you can be everything that you see yourself being. Like, you're going to be so creative, so, like, productive because you have the brain capacity to actually do other things besides just go to work, cook for the kids, get the kids together, and go to sleep, okay? But that's why it's important to have a routine. You have a routine and a kid's routine. I'm working on my kid's routine. She goes to sleep when I go to sleep. But yes, we are all work in progress, which goes into my next point is trial and error. I have been working on a morning routine, night routine. Don't judge me. For a long time, okay? And I still don't have it down perfect, but I understand the value that I get out of my morning routine. Every time that I have gotten up on time, I was so grateful because I could just see how I move with intention, how it moved throughout my day. Now I'm intentionally just moving throughout my day. Okay, I went to the gym this morning. Okay, let me make sure I have intention before I go into this meeting. Let me make sure I have intention and go like just refresh myself. I see my brain is kind of like I'm just kind of tired. I'm halfway through the day. I see it catching up with me. Let me go walk and just refresh my brain and do what I need to do. You know, like it's just so much. It just follows you into your day when you move with intention, you know, and your energy starts at a high level versus you starting at a low level, because the first thing you do is get on your phone and scroll, okay? And see what the world is doing versus pouring into yourself. I'm saying it again. Getting on your phone first thing in the morning or before you go to sleep at night, it's not the way, boo. Put that phone down, pour into you, pour into your cup so you can show up as your best self. So you can wake up and have good energy, and so that you can move with intention and you can show up as a parent, as a person, and live in purpose, okay? And be able to actually put energy into your purpose and your dream, okay? But like I was saying, it's trial and error. I still snooze, okay? I am trying to figure out how to stop snoozing, okay? Because sometimes I wake up and I'm groggy and I still want to go back to sleep. And sometimes I go back to sleep, sometimes I don't. So I'm like 50-50, but maybe like 60-50. But I'm working on it. I'm working at it every day. I'm not giving up on it. Giving yourself trial and error and giving yourself the grace, because you have not had a night or morning routine for your whole life, or maybe for a majority of your life. So starting something new or doing something new is going to be a trial and error. You had this habit, you've been doing this for so long that it's going to take time for you to just get into this new routine. So give yourself space to have error, but also remember why you're doing it. And so like, okay, maybe I start off with 2 days and I see how that feels, and I'm like, I like this, let me do 3 days, you know. Or you're like, okay, if you snooze, even if I snooze, I get up at a certain time so I can still have some time to myself. So just give yourself room for trial and error. And then even when I say trial and error, I say find out what works for you. Ooh, excuse me. Like working up in the morning for me is gospel music, going to the gym, prayer, meditation, different things. Like I have a mixture of things. So figure out what works for you in the morning. Like what is your top 3 that you like to do that leaves you feeling replenished and fulfilled, and like where your cup is running over in the morning time and nighttime. Figuring out what works for you and not overwhelming yourself by putting more on your plate. I don't want this to feel like another thing, like a checklist, another to-do to check off your box. No, this is not what this is. This is a way that you pour back into yourself so you can show up as your best self. So if you feel like this is like, oh, there's something else I need to do, take 10 minutes out of your day and just start. I feel like at least 20 minutes out of your morning and your night, and just try to see if you can put the phone down and just pour into you and make sure like you are in the best headspace that you can be in so you can show up as your best self. Like that's the goal, for us to continue to grow and be better. And a routine really is tea. I'm trying to tell you, it's tea. I've never been a morning girl. And I used to love to scroll on that phone. I want to laugh on TikTok before I go to bed. But you will see such of a difference in the way that you show up for yourself when you actually prioritize a routine, okay? I think that's everything that I have for today. But you know, as always, I'm going to go ahead and pray us out, and then we'll close out the episode. God, I thank you. I thank you for allowing me to be who I am and just being able to come here and speak on the podcast. I thank you for every individual that came here and listened to me and just took words that I said and are now trying to transform and just trying to become better, God. I thank you for the morning routines where we'll enjoy it. When we'll wake up and we'll feel happy to get up and be able to pour into ourselves. It's just like when you actually wake up in the morning and you're happy to get up in the morning and pour into yourself. So God, I'm thankful for those people that will see a shift in their morning routine and their routines and the way that they show up for themselves and show up as a parent or just in different areas of life when they actually move with intention instead of just going with the flow, God. I am knowing that putting their phone down is to be something that will come with ease, even though it's been a habit for so long. I am knowing that you're transforming their habits as we speak, God, and having them and helping them step out of the season where they're and not having routines and just having a routine so that they can get closer with you and just be more elevated and just be in a place where they're having more high energy because they have chosen to pour into their self before they start their day and end their night. God, I'm knowing that they will understand how important it is to not take everything into your night, into your sleep, and so they'll understand how heavy they wake up in the morning because they have took on everything from that day into their night, and now they're groggy and they're not able to get a good sleep because they went to sleep so heavy. Help them to learn how to release that. Give them the tools and what they need to be able to release and not hold on to everything, God. I am knowing that you are already putting everything that I have said into works into our life to where we can become the person with the routine and just be able to be in the world, be for ourselves and just be ourselves before we have to be everything for somebody else. Okay, God? So I thank you, God, and I appreciate you so much for just allowing to give me this word for those that are listening to it and that are able to take action. And yeah, I'm just grateful, God. We're grateful. We love you. We appreciate you. Amen. Like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. I really do like when y'all comment. The comments really help me understand like I am in purpose and you got something from it. So if you feel led to comment, please comment. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, you can follow the podcast. You get an update every time I drop. And then you can also leave a review. And yeah, thank you for being here and listening to my morning and night routine. As always, like I say, be rare, be you, be authentic. Mwah!